to reflect on her Regis experience. Lily is a double major in neuroscience and psychology who graduates tomorrow with a perfect 4.0 GPA.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lily Wehmeyer, and I'm so grateful to be here with all of you. When I told my parents I was valedictorian, the first thing they asked me was, "Wait, did you do this just so you wouldn't be at the end of the line with the other W names?" And after years of being last, from recess lines to diploma handouts, it would have been a pretty clever plan. So maybe I worked really hard, or did it to finally be first. Either way, here we are, and we all made it. Every letter, every name. We survived papers, clinicals, exams, group projects, and approximately 541 Moodle notifications that only mattered at 11:50. Some of us are still standing thanks to dunk-sized coffee or a refresher if they have it that day. But we're here because we earned it, and that's what counts. My first impression of Regis, peaceful and small. Well, that illusion shattered 2 days later while hiking up the mountain to College Hall late for class. It became apparent Regis wasn't just school, it was boot camp for resilience and leg day. But that boot camp changed us. Somewhere between Moodle meltdowns, fire drills, like today, and the daily trek from the science building to the dining hall, we grew. Not just academically, as people. Regis never told us to stick in one lane, because at a small school, frankly, that would be a recipe for boredom. Regis said, try everything, say yes. So we did. We joined clubs, played sports, volunteered, interned, studied, failed, got back up, and tried again. Everyone said yes in their own way. Maybe it was conducting research studies and begging fellow students to answer surveys in the name of science. Maybe it was showing up to late night bingo, which, by the way, I played a lot of and never won anything. Maybe it was dissecting a horse brain. Thanks, Nate Hidden, for helping me with that one. Perhaps it was solving the identity of a mystery chemical compound. Perhaps it was being convinced that this was table salt when it was not. Sorry, Dr. Bishop. As my advisor, Dr. Threckle, would say, it's not rocket science, it's neuroscience. And still, we got it horribly wrong. Maybe you accepted a pair of high-tech glasses from the library and watched the solar eclipse outside last year. Perhaps you broke athletic records, like two of my roommates, Frankie and Bianca, shout out. Or maybe you're more like me and broke into a sweat during every PE class, which, fun fact, I took almost all of, including every single yoga class offered. Special thank you to Dr. Consiglio for bringing that statistic to my attention. My biggest yes, personally, was an acceptance email from Tufts while sitting in the neuroscience lab. Or the time I stepped up to write this very speech after finding out it was due a day earlier than I had originally thought. A true test of emergency creativity. For most of us, it was spending the last 2 weeks out on the quad when nature blessed us with perfect weather. Being present, soaking in the sun, the friendships, the last moments on campus. Looking back now, those days were magic. As Provost Driscoll wisely said, we were ready when the luck happened. All of these were opportunities. Some planned, most not, but all of them shaped us. Regis gave us that space to say yes, to explore, to try, to mess up, and still be surrounded by support. What Regis really taught us was this: you can do everything, but only if you do it as you. The world doesn't need a flawless version of success. It needs a real one. Staying authentic while saying yes, that's the hard part. This mindset was shaped at Regis, nurtured by every mentor who challenged, supported, and believed in us. It's something I'll hold close, woven into how I move through the world as an occupational therapist and person. After all, the Sisters of St. Joseph didn't defy convention so we would live quietly. They lit a path for us to make a difference, our difference, in the world. So here is what I will leave you with. Say yes to the job, the road trip, the impromptu Maria multi-purpose room karaoke night. Say yes to yourself. Don't lose your voice in all the noise. Be passionate, be an advocate, be brilliant. but also be intentional, because as Dean Kohler warned, sometimes smart people don't amount to a hill of beans. Thus, don't be smart. Be smart and driven. To the class of 2025, we are stepping out into the world ready, ambitious, authentic, and slightly sunburned from those 2 glorious weeks out on the quad. Thank you, congratulations, and never stop searching for your most authentic version of success. Thank you. I am now thrilled to introduce President Tony Hayes and invite her to the podium.
Lillian,